Hey everyone, it's your name from Smart Fixer. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the intricate world of the Mazda CX-5, specifically focusing on some engine-related quirks that have been reported by owners. Now, the CX-5 is generally considered a reliable crossover SUV, but like any vehicle, it has its share of potential problems. If you currently own a CX-5, are thinking about buying one used, or maybe you're just curious about cars, this video is for you. We're gonna arm you with the knowledge you need to make informed decisions about your CX-5. Let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with a problem that's been reported by a significant number of CX-5 owners: excessive oil consumption. This issue seems to be particularly prevalent in models equipped with the 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine. Now, a little bit of oil consumption over time is normal for any engine, but we're talking about situations where owners are adding a quart of oil every 1,000 miles or even less. That's not normal, and if you ignore this problem, well, it can lead to some pretty serious engine damage down the line. We're talking about accelerated wear and tear on engine components, potential for oil starvation, and in a worst-case scenario, even complete engine failure. Not good, right? Now picture this, you're sitting at a traffic light, minding your own business, when suddenly your CX-5 starts to sputter and shake. Or maybe it just dies completely. That's not exactly what you want to experience, right? Unfortunately, some CX-5 owners have reported issues with engine stalling and rough idling. This can be a real pain, and it's often traced back to problems with the ignition system. We're talking about things like faulty spark plugs, failing ignition coils, or even issues with the engine control unit, ECU. These components are crucial for making sure your engine gets the spark it needs to run smoothly. When they act up, your engine isn't going to be too happy about it. For those of you who opted for the peppier turbocharged engine in your CX-5, you might encounter some unique gremlins. Turbocharged engines are known for their performance, but they can also be more prone to certain issues, and the CX-5's turbocharged engine is no exception. One of the most common problems reported is turbocharger lag, where there's a noticeable delay in acceleration after you hit the gas pedal. This can be frustrating, especially when you're trying to merge onto a busy highway. Another issue is excessive oil consumption, which we talked about earlier. Turbocharged engines tend to run hotter than their naturally aspirated counterparts, and this can lead to increased oil consumption. It's important to keep an eye on your oil levels and address any excessive consumption promptly. The timing cover on your CX-5's engine is responsible for keeping vital engine components lubricated and protected from contaminants. But in some CX-5 models, particularly those equipped with cylinder deactivation technology, timing cover leaks have been reported. Now, these leaks might seem minor at first, maybe just a few drops of oil here and there. But if left unaddressed, they can turn into a much bigger headache. Over time, these leaks can lead to low oil levels, which, as we discussed earlier, can cause serious engine damage. Plus, the leaking oil can also damage other engine components, leading to costly repairs. Now, this next issue is a bit more serious and thankfully less common, but it's still something to be aware of, especially if you're considering an older turbocharged CX-5. We're talking about cracked cylinder heads. The cylinder head is a critical part of your engine, and a crack in it is definitely not something you want to mess around with. Cracked cylinder heads can lead to a whole host of problems, including coolant leaks, overheating, loss of engine power, and even complete engine failure. If you notice any of these symptoms, it's crucial to get your CX-5 to a mechanic as soon as possible to have it checked out. The fuel pump is responsible for delivering fuel from the tank to the engine, so it's pretty important for, making your CX-5 actually go. Unfortunately, both the high-pressure and low-pressure fuel pumps in some CX-5 models have been known to fail prematurely. Symptoms of a failing fuel pump can include difficulty starting the engine, sputtering or hesitation while accelerating, and in some cases, a complete loss of power. If you suspect your CX-5's fuel pump is on the fritz, don't ignore it. Get it checked out by a mechanic right away. Now, let's talk about coolant leaks and overheating, because nobody wants to see their CX-5's temperature gauge creeping up into the red zone. One of the common culprits for coolant leaks in the CX-5 is the coolant junction pipe, which can develop leaks over time. These leaks might seem minor at first, but they can quickly escalate, leading to a loss of coolant and potentially overheating your engine. And as you probably know, overheating can cause serious damage to your engine. So it's important to address any coolant leaks as soon as you notice them. Keep an eye out for puddles of coolant under your car, and if you notice your engine temperature running higher than usual, get it checked out by a mechanic. And finally, for those of you rocking a diesel-powered CX-5, let's talk about the diesel particulate filter, or DPF. The DPF is designed to capture and burn off harmful soot from the exhaust gases, which is great for the environment, but it can sometimes cause issues if it's not working properly. One of the most common DPF problems is clogging, which can happen if you primarily drive short distances or if you use low-quality diesel fuel. A clogged DPF can restrict exhaust flow, leading to reduced engine performance, increased fuel consumption, and even the dreaded limp mode where your CX-5's engine power is severely limited to prevent further damage. So, there you have it folks, a rundown of some common engine problems that have been reported in the Mazda CX-5. Now it's important to remember that not every CX-5 will experience these issues, and the vast majority of owners haven't had any major problems. However, it's always better to be informed, right? Knowing what to look out for can help you catch potential problems early on, and hopefully save yourself some headaches and repair costs down the line. If you do experience any of these issues, don't panic. Many of them can be resolved with relatively minor repairs, especially if you catch them early. The key is to stay vigilant, address any problems promptly, and of course, find a trustworthy mechanic who knows their way around a CX-5. And hey, if you've experienced any of these engine woes with your CX-5, share your stories in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more automotive content. Drive safe.